In an era before the reign of kings and prior to the great deluge, there lived a man who communed with the divine and bore witness to celestial secrets. His name was Enoch. Transported beyond the mortal sphere, Enoch was granted the rare vision of realms forbidden to others, the mysteries of renegade angels, the intricate designs of creation, and the divine verdicts destined to determine the course of human history. With such knowledge, however, came a profound burden, the revelation of an interdimensional conflict involving angels descending upon earth, illicit pacts, and a spreading corruption that provoked the divine ire. This narrative transcends the simple account of a man. It unfolds the saga of an uprising, the downfall of eternal entities, and a conclusive judgment set to reshape the destinies of both the celestial and terrestrial realms forever. Document these visions, Enoch, so that the generations to come may grasp the truth and brace for the impending events, were the divine instructions given to him. Enoch, child of Jared, who gained divine favor, listened attentively to the call. "Lord, what is it that you require of me? I am merely a man, humble before your magnificence. You have been selected to be my herald. The concealed shall be unveiled through you. Arise, Enoch, and accompany my heavenly envoy. I am Uriel, the keeper of divine secrets. Journey with me, Enoch, for I will disclose to you the celestial secrets and the earthly corruption." This exceeds all that I could have envisioned. Where are we now? You are on the brink of the divine realm, yet not everything you see here will be pleasing. It is crucial, Enoch, that you confront the truth, even at the cost of your own despair. Document everything you observe and what you are yet to see. But be mindful. Knowledge carries a weight. It won't be comprehended by all, and many will deny it. Are you prepared to embrace this destiny? If it aligns with God's plan, I am prepared to accept it. No matter the sorrow it brings, I will record what needs to be documented. Lord, endow me with the fortitude to undertake this mission. Thus, the celestial secrets were disclosed, but at a significant price. This record details the visions Enoch beheld in the heavens. Part 1. The Book of the Watchers. Chapter 1. Introduction and Context of Enoch's Vision. Here are the words of Enoch's blessing, aimed at the righteous and the elect, destined to endure through times of hardship, while the wicked and godless are eradicated. Enoch, a virtuous man whose utterances were enlightened by God, witnessed the vision of the Holy One and the heavens. Here is what he revealed. I beheld a vision not meant for this era, but for a far-off time concerning the chosen. I spoke, and for their sake I recorded. The sacred and majestic one will descend from the celestial realms. He will set foot on Mount Si, manifest himself among his troops, and reveal his formidable power from the skies. Accompanied by 10,000 of his holy ones, he will come to administer justice to all, annihilate the wicked, and condemn every soul for the sacrilegious acts committed by sinners and the godless against him. Every inhabitant of the earth will be roused, yet while the righteous shall thrive, the wicked will perish. Subsequently, tranquility will prevail. The righteous will pursue paths of fairness. The Lord will shepherd them, and they will bask in everlasting radiance. Chapter 2. Reflections on Creation and the Natural Order. Consider the marvels occurring above us. The celestial bodies in the heavens adhere strictly to their courses. Each celestial body rises and sets methodically, abiding by the seasonal commands without deviation as ordained by God. Look upon the earth and notice the unchanging phenomena from its inception to its culmination, how it steadfastly complies with God's decrees. Pay attention to the astronomical signs, observing how each star emerges precisely when due, and how the sun and moon traverse their defined paths as directed by the Creator. They maintain their orbits flawlessly, united in their compliance with divine order. Yet, humanity has faltered. You have not adhered to God's paths, and your transgressions have surpassed all bounds. Even the watchers, the angels tasked with your guidance, have abandoned their duties and succumbed to corruption. As a result, the evil among you will face severe judgment. Note how each tree fruits in its own season, how rivers follow their paths, and how the sea keeps within its limits. Every element of creation adheres to the laws set by the Almighty. Nevertheless, humans and renegade angels have disregarded these sacred laws. Judgment awaits all transgressors and those who practice injustice. The virtuous will receive their reward and bask in everlasting peace. The malevolent will be eradicated, leaving no trace behind. Observe the seamless transition of seasons, the times of summer and winter. Everything on earth and in the skies attests to the majesty of God. Yet through their deeds, humans have introduced disorder into this harmony. Judgment is imminent, and the Almighty will swiftly enforce it. Chapter 3. The Descent of the Watchers and the Emergence of the Nephilim. During that era, as the population of human males grew, they fathered daughters noted for their beauty and allure. The heavenly beings, the sons of God, observed these women and were captivated by them. They conferred among themselves, saying, "Let us select wives from the daughters of humans and sire offspring with them." Siar, their leader, expressed his concerns, stating, "I am apprehensive that you might not all commit to this act, and I would end up bearing the guilt of this grave sin alone." However, they collectively responded, "We should make a pact and seal it with a dire curse, ensuring that we do not retreat until we have achieved our goal." Consequently, they all took an oath together and cemented their resolve with a curse. There were 200 of them who descended on Mount Hermon in the days of Jared. They named the place Hermon because it was there they made their vows and bound themselves with the curse. The chiefs among them included Semjaza, the leader, followed by Oraki, Baril, Akil, Tamel, Ramuel, Danel, Ezekiel, Barakiel, Asel, Amaros, Batel, Anel, Zakel, Samsel, Sarel, Turel, Jel, and Sarel. Each of these leaders took a wife from among the human women, and they began to cohabit with them. They imparted knowledge of magic spells, incantations, and the secrets of herbalism. These unions resulted in the birth of giants, towering 300 cubits tall. These giants consumed all that humans could produce, and once earthly resources could no longer sustain them, they turned ferociously upon mankind itself. They also transgressed against creatures like birds, wild animals, reptiles, and fish, indulging in the consumption of each other's flesh and the drinking of blood. Consequently, the earth protested against these transgressors. Azazel introduced to humanity the crafting of swords, knives, shields, and breastplates, unveiling the secrets of metals and their manipulation. He taught them to make bracelets and decorations, the enhancement of eyelids with antimony, the use of various precious stones, and the creation of numerous dyes. This led to widespread corruption as people engaged in promiscuity and lost their moral compass. Semjaza instructed them in magical spells and the art of agriculture. Amaros showed how to counteract spells. Barakiel shared knowledge of astrology, while Kabul revealed the secrets of the stars. Ezekiel explained how to predict weather from clouds. Arakel taught about terrestrial signs. Samil instructed on solar phenomena, and Sarel educated on the lunar cycles. As humanity dwindled, their cries of despair reached the heavens. Then the archangels Michael, Uriel, Raphael, and Gabriel observed from above the vast carnage and wickedness on earth. They discussed among themselves, "The earth loudly mourns through to the gates of heaven. Now the souls of humanity appeal to us, the celestial beings, pleading, represent our plight before the Supreme One. They approached the Lord of the heavens, proclaiming, "O Sovereign Lord, the Almighty, King of all kings, your majestic throne endures through all ages. Your name is sanctified and venerated forever. You have created everything and hold dominion over all. Nothing is concealed from your sight. All is visible to you, and no secrets can be hidden. You have observed Azazel spreading malice on earth and disclosing heavenly secrets that humans eagerly pursued. Semjaza, whom you appointed over his peers, has corrupted himself with mortal women, revealing to them these sins. Their offspring, the giants, have filled the earth with violence and sin. Now the souls of the deceased wail and lament to the heavens, their anguish rising because they find no peace amidst the iniquity on earth. Though you foresee all events and allow them, you have not directed us on how to respond to these transgressions." Then the Supreme, the Holy and Exalted One, commanded and directed Uriel to approach the son of Lamech, instructing him, "Go to Noah and convey to him that he must conceal himself. Inform him of the impending end when the entire earth will be obliterated. A deluge will sweep across the globe, annihilating all upon it. Guide the virtuous Noah on the necessary steps to safeguard his life and ensure the survival of all earthly species for future generations." Additionally, the Lord commanded Raphael, "Seize Azazel, bind him hand and foot, and cast him into the shadows. Create a pit in the Dudiel desert, hurl him in, and shroud him in darkness with jagged stones. Let him be confined there indefinitely so that he may never see light. When the time of great judgment arrives, he will be thrust into the flames. Restore the earth which the angels have defiled and proclaim its healing, declaring that I have cleansed all its corruption. Ensure that humanity does not perish due to the secrets unveiled by the Watchers and their descendants. Azazel's teachings have tainted the entire world, and he will bear the full burden of this guilt." The Lord then instructed Gabriel, "Move against the outcasts, the degenerates, and the offspring of the forbidden unions. Exterminate the progeny of the Watchers from among humans. Incite them to conflict so they may eradicate each other, for their existence shall not be prolonged, and their fathers' pleas will go unanswered, despite their hopes for a prolonged life of 500 years. To Michael, the Lord decreed, "Announce to Semjaza and his comrades, who have consorted with women and defiled themselves, that their ruin is set. Bind them for 70 generations in the earth's crevices, until their judgment day, the day when the eternal verdict will be executed. At that time they will be cast into the fiery abyss, subjected to torment, confined forever. Obliterate all the spirits of the wicked and the offspring of the Watchers. They have brought suffering upon mankind. Remove all injustice from the earth's face, and let all malevolence cease. Allow the growth of righteousness and truth, and let it flourish indefinitely with joy. Then the righteous shall thrive, living peacefully through their youth and old age, multiplying abundantly. Ultimately, the earth will be tilled in righteousness, brimming with trees and blessings. Every tree will bear fruit, vineyards will abound, and each planted seed will yield 1,000-fold. A single measure of olives will produce 10 times the oil. Purge the earth of oppression, injustice, sin, wickedness, and all corruption wrought upon it. Eradicate all that is sinful, and let evil deeds come to an end. And now, my children, champion righteousness and follow its path, for through righteousness you shall be established forever." Chapter 4. Enoch as mediator and the judgment of the Watchers. During those times, I, Enoch, was separated from human society, and angels summoned me, guiding me to a secluded area. They addressed me, "Enoch, you chronicler of righteousness, approach and confront the Watchers of heaven. These beings have forsaken their celestial realms, mingling with women and adopting the behaviors of earthly men. They have chosen wives among them and have thus defiled the earth. Inform them that they will find no peace or absolution for their sins." Thus I approached them. They congregated in Abelman, located between Lebanon and Senir, their faces veiled in disgrace. I relayed to them the divine decrees of righteousness that I had been entrusted with, causing them to quake with fear. They implored me to draft a plea on their behalf, requesting forgiveness, as they felt unworthy to directly approach the divine or even gaze toward heaven due to their transgressions. I penned their supplication and the appeals of these fallen angels, then ascended with their petitions to the heavenly realms. Upon reaching the celestial waters, I observed the gates of heaven part and entered the sanctum where God's throne resides. Prostrating myself, I presented the Watcher's petition. Yet the Supreme Being declared, "Return to the Watchers of heaven who dispatched you and declare, once you were sacred and spiritual, endowed with everlasting life, yet you tainted yourselves through union with mortal women, producing earthly offspring. Your actions have unleashed tremendous evil upon the world. You were never authorized to disclose the celestial secrets, nor to impart such knowledge to mankind. Nevertheless, you did. Consequently, humanity has been exposed to wisdom they were never destined to possess, leading to their widespread corruption." The Most High further proclaimed, "You, the Watchers, shall find no solace. Your sins are unforgivable, and you shall face eternal condemnation. As for your offspring, the Nephilim, born from your union with mortal women, they too shall perish, for they have sown turmoil and bloodshed upon the earth." Upon receiving these divine words, I returned and relayed all that had been communicated by God. I explained to them that their actions had sealed their fate. There would be no chance for intercession, no avenue for mercy, for they had irrevocably forsaken their celestial origins. In my visions, I, Enoch, was given a glimpse of the heavens and the impending doom of the Watchers. I beheld a somber place consumed by fire and endless rows of blazing infernos. A grim destiny awaited the rebellious angels. Here they would be shackled eternally, pending the ultimate judgment day. The Most High disclosed to me, "This vision reveals the prison destined for the angels. This is where they will be detained until the momentous day of judgment, when they will be hurled into the eternal abyss as recompense for their transgressions." Furthermore, I was shown a resplendent throne encircled by rivers of fire, where the Most High presided, surrounded by angels who extolled his glory. It was in this moment that I fully grasped the scale of the forthcoming judgment. The Almighty elucidated that while the Nephilim would be annihilated, their spirits would persist on earth as malevolent entities. He declared, "The spirits of these giants, born from flesh, will transform into evil spirits upon the earth. Originating from human and divine lineage, their essence is of blood and flesh, and they will perpetuate destruction across the land. Known as wicked spirits, they will torment, devastate, battle, and provoke strife. They shall neither consume nor drink, remaining unseen to human eyes. Rising against both men and women, they perpetuate the legacy of their forebearers." God proclaimed that although the Nephilim would be physically obliterated from the earth, their spirits would linger as a blight until the end of time. He tasked Enoch with documenting all these revelations and visions to ensure that future generations would comprehend the transgressions of the Watchers and the ramifications of their defiance. Enoch was charged with chronicling how the fallen angels had tainted the world and how divine retribution was unavoidable for the malevolent. "Enoch, you must record all these events, for they will act as a caution to those yet to come. Let them understand the consequences of the Watchers' departure from heaven and the havoc their offspring wreaked upon the earth." "The judgment of the Most High is impartial and inescapable," God instructed. Enoch fulfilled his role as an intermediary between God and the Watchers, faithfully conveying the heavenly decree. Despite the fallen angels' hopes for clemency, it was made clear that their sins were beyond redemption. Their progeny, the Nephilim, would be eradicated, yet their malign spirits would persist on earth, serving as enduring evidence of their corruption. As a scribe dedicated to righteousness, Enoch meticulously recorded all that he witnessed and heard, ensuring that the legacy of the Watchers' iniquities and the righteousness of the Most High's judgments would be known by all who followed. Chapter 5. Enoch's revelations of the celestial realms, the abyss, and the final reckoning. Having conveyed the message of the Almighty to the Watchers, I was escorted by the angels to various realms to behold the marvels of the heavens, the earth, and the deep abyss. The angels accompanying me stated, "Enoch, chronicler of virtue, you are shown these visions to grasp the structure of creation and the fates destined for both the virtuous and the wicked." Initially, I was brought to a realm where waters flowed incessantly. There I witnessed rivers ablaze and pillars of fire plummeting without end. The entire area radiated with brilliant light. Curious, I inquired of the angels with me, "What realm is this?" They responded, "This marks the boundary of the heavens and the earth. It is here that the firmament's foundations are laid." Next, I visited a domain where elements intertwined: air, water, and fire. In this place, I observed the earth's foundations and the vaults holding thunder, lightning, and tempests. All was meticulously organized under the divine directive. The angels explained, "These are the hidden reserves of creation, set aside for the day when the Sovereign will enact judgment upon both mankind and celestial beings." Elsewhere, I beheld the Watchers, now shackled due to their defiance. These daunting figures were consumed by despair. The angels guiding me disclosed, "These are the Watchers who descended to earth and mingled with mortal women. They are now confined until the momentous day of judgment. Though their offspring, the giants, have been physically vanquished, their malevolent spirits linger on earth, sowing chaos and malevolence." Next, I was escorted to a realm where the souls of the deceased dwelled. There, I encountered 4 distinct enclosures. One harbored the virtuous souls at rest, while the other 3 housed the sinners, each engulfed in torment. Curious, I questioned the angels, "What place is this?" They explained, "This is Sheol, where human spirits await Judgment Day. The virtuous find solace here, but the sinners endure agony as they await their final judgment, which will consign them to eternal flames." Subsequently, I was led to a realm ablaze with an unquenchable fire, filled with constantly shifting pillars of flame. Alarmed, I inquired, "What is this horrifying realm?" The angels answered, "This domain is designated for the defiant spirits and sinners who have spurned God. They are condemned to dwell here throughout eternity." I was then taken to a majestic mountain, towering above any earthly peak. Atop this mountain, I beheld the throne of God, encircled by rivers of fire and attended by thousands of angels singing praises to the Almighty. The angels informed me, "This is the throne of the Most High, from which He judges all creation." On this hallowed mountain, I observed a colossal tree, bearing fruit more splendid than any seen before. Intrigued, I asked, "What is this extraordinary tree?" The angels responded, "This is the tree of life. In the time of renewal, this tree will be bestowed upon the righteous, who will partake of its fruit and attain eternal life." Then they guided me to a valley strewn with stones and ablaze with fire. The angels declared this valley as the judgment ground for kings and the powerful who had subjugated the righteous. They would face their retribution here. My journey continued across the earth, where I witnessed the earth's bounties, mountains rich in gold, silver and jewels, and vibrant rivers and gardens. The angels conveyed that all these were created for human enjoyment, yet many have exploited them for wrongdoing. On Judgment Day, these wonders will be reclaimed by the righteous. I was carried up into the heavens to gaze upon the stars, the sun, and the moon. I witnessed the harmony of the celestial bodies, all adhering to the divine laws set by God. The angels explained to me, as the stars faithfully follow God's commands, so should humanity. Yet the wicked refuse to comply and will thus encounter his judgment. Subsequently, the angels escorted me back to the holy mountain, where the Supreme Being addressed me personally. He instructed, "Enoch, document all that you have observed and heard." These teachings are intended for future generations. The virtuous will find tranquility and inherit the earth, whereas the evil will perish eternally. I shall pass judgment upon all creation, and my justice will prevail forever. Enoch then completed documenting his revelations, leaving behind an account of everything he had perceived and learned. These revelations serve both as a caution to the wicked and as an assurance to the righteous, illustrating that God's judgment is equitable and certain. From the introduction to the Parables, Chapter 1. This marks the commencement of the second Book of Enoch. It encompasses visions shown to Enoch about the fates of the just and the sinners, the marvels of the heavens, and the secrets of the celestial sphere. The book is structured into 3 parables, each disclosed to Enoch by the guiding angels. In this second revelation, which addresses the inhabitants of earth, I, Enoch, was graced by the Lord of glory, the eternal King, who unveiled all these revelations to me. In this vision, Enoch relates that he was privy to the ultimate destinies of both humans and angels, witnessing the eternal abodes prepared for the righteous and the bleak future awaiting sinners in eternal fire. He was commanded to record and share these insights with future generations. Enoch narrates how the Sovereign of the heavens spoke directly to him, revealing mysteries previously concealed from mankind. He explains that the parables aim to enlighten humanity about virtue, impending judgment, and the promise of everlasting life for the righteous. The Lord of Spirits revealed to me every aspect of creation, both seen and unseen. He disclosed the mysteries of the heavens, stars, lightning, thunder, and even the secrets buried deep within the earth. All these were revealed to me by his will, so that I might bear faithful testimony. Enoch concludes this chapter by introducing 3 parables that will be explored in the upcoming sections of the text. The initial parable discusses the eventual fate of both the righteous and the sinners, emphasizing the moment when the righteous will be justified. The subsequent parable delves into the enigmas surrounding the Son of Man, designated as the judge over all creation. The final parable outlines the forthcoming reign of God, the reinstatement of fairness, and the ultimate eradication of evil. These stories are imparted to me to help humanity comprehend that the Lord of Spirits is equitable, his judgments are everlasting, and that all mysteries will be disclosed when he decides the time is right. Chapter 2, First Parable. The fates of the righteous and the sinners have been revealed to me, Enoch, through grand visions granted by the Lord of Spirits. This knowledge is given so that future generations may understand what lies ahead. I witnessed the ascendance of the righteous, shining as brilliantly as the sun. Their virtue glowed, and their faces beamed with splendor. They would no longer harbor fear, for the Lord would accompany them, guiding them in his everlasting light. Conversely, I observed the grim destiny of the sinners, expelled from the earth and banished to an eternal realm of darkness. Their disgrace would linger forever, with peace forever out of reach. I also saw a transformed world where the earth bountifully produced its fruits, and the mountains and hills overflowed with happiness. The righteous would walk alongside the Son of Man, bathed in his perpetual light. This marked the day when the righteous would be acknowledged and the sinners obliterated. The Lord of Spirits transported me to a marvelous realm, the home of the sacred ones, radiant with light and serenity. The abodes of the righteous resembled paradise, encircled by trees laden with fragrant, exquisite fruits. Here, the chosen ones of the Most High resided in harmony, devoid of grief, immersed in unending bliss. However, the plight of the sinners was starkly different. They were confined to a place of anguish, devoid of solace or reprieve. I saw their humiliation, realizing they bore witness to their own ruin. During my vision, I also beheld the 4 mighty archangels stationed before the divine throne. Michael, the defender of God's people and combatant against their foes. Raphael, healer of ailments and shepherd to the virtuous. Gabriel, herald of the Supreme's decrees and revealer of heavenly secrets. And Uriel, keeper of the righteous hope, guiding them towards eternal life. I witnessed the 4 archangels exalting the Lord of Spirits with their hymns, their voices resonating like the tumultuous waters, proclaiming, "Holy, holy, holy is the Lord of Spirits. His glory permeates all of creation." Following this, I was shown the mysteries of both heaven and earth. I observed the celestial bodies, the sun, the moon, and the stars, dutifully following their ordained paths, adhering to the commands of the Most High. I glimpsed the repositories of the winds, the rains, and the storms, gaining insight into the divine order that governs all. I was also shown the heavenly ledgers, chronicling every human deed. In these records, the righteous are earmarked for everlasting life, while the sinners are noted for their impending chastisement. I understood that these ledgers would be unveiled on the judgment day, with each individual judged by their actions. I saw wisdom itself descend from heaven, searching for a dwelling among humanity, only to be spurned due to their iniquity. Wisdom mourned, declaring, "I find no place among men. I will return to reside eternally beside the throne of the Most High." It pained my heart to witness humanity forsaking divine wisdom, for in doing so, they also forfeited God's favor. In the heavens, I noted each star, each designated a name and a purpose by the Lord of Spirits. I observed some stars deviate from their set courses, leading to their expulsion into the abyss, where they languished with the fallen angels, awaiting their ultimate destruction at the day of judgment. I also saw the spirits of humanity. The spirits of the righteous ascended joyfully to heaven, while the spirits of the sinners were spurned, condemned to gloomy realms to await their fate. Thus, let the righteous exult, for the Most High is their sanctuary and their might, but let the sinners be wary, for the day of reckoning approaches swiftly, and none shall elude the justice of the Lord of Spirits. Chapter 3, Second Parable, the Son of Man and Universal Judgment. I, Enoch, was granted a parable by the Lord of Spirits, unveiling profound mysteries regarding the Son of Man, who is destined to judge all of creation. Here is what I witnessed and heard. I beheld a throne, resplendent and lofty, bathed in light and flame. Seated upon this throne was a figure whose face radiated like the sun, and his garment was purer than snow. Myriads of angels encircled him, countless in number, serving and extolling his glory. Curious, I inquired of the angels with me, "Who is this seated on the throne of splendor?" They explained, "This is the Son of Man, chosen before the creation of the world. He will judge rulers and the mighty, the just and the unjust. He is ordained to uphold justice and illuminate the path for the righteous, while eternally vanquishing the wicked." I observed as the Lord of Spirits convened all the peoples of the earth, from monarchs to the most modest, and they all stood before the Son of Man. The celestial records, detailing every deed of humanity, were opened, and each individual was judged based on their actions. I watched as monarchs and the influential shuddered in fear before the Son of Man. They realized that neither their wealth nor their authority could shield them. They sought refuge but found no corner to escape his scrutiny. The virtuous were summoned before the throne, their faces radiant with happiness. They were acknowledged and celebrated for their steadfast devotion. The Son of Man elevated them and proclaimed, "Enter, you who are blessed by my Father. Receive the kingdom that has been prepared for you since the world's foundation." I witnessed the sinners being expelled and sent to a realm of unending darkness. In that place, the fires never extinguished, and the suffering was perpetual. The angels explained to me, "This grim fate awaits those who defied the Almighty, who suppressed the virtuous and chose paths of iniquity." I observed how the fallen angels and the rebellious celestial bodies were also banished to this abyss. Their cries for mercy echoed in vain, for they had spurned the Creator and marred his creation. Subsequently, I was brought to a marvelous sanctuary where the virtuous resided. There, I beheld trees laden with fruit, streams of vibrant water, and an everlasting light. The angels informed me, "This haven has been crafted for the virtuous. Here they shall dwell in tranquility in the presence of the Son of Man, never to endure suffering again." I watched as the virtuous offered songs of praise to the Lord of Spirits, exclaiming, "Holy, holy, holy is the Lord who has rescued us and granted us everlasting life." The angels disclosed to me, "The Son of Man will serve not only as the judge, but also as the protector of the virtuous. He will administer justice to the world and eradicate malevolence forever. From the outset, his name was revered before the Almighty, and he shall reign supreme over all creation." I saw the Son of Man extend his hand and rejuvenate the earth. All that had been tainted by humankind and the fallen celestial beings was restored, and righteousness blossomed anew like a tree in springtime. I saw the virtuous living in harmony, under the wise and mighty rule of the Son of Man. Then the Sovereign of the Spirits declared, "Behold, this is my beloved Son, the Chosen One, who will illuminate the nations and bring hope to the just. He will govern with fairness, and his reign shall be everlasting. All mysteries shall be disclosed, and every knee will bend in his presence." With these words, the vision of the second parable concluded. I witnessed the destinies of both the just and the wicked, and realized that the Son of Man is central to both redemption and judgment. This knowledge was imparted to me so that future generations might understand and live in righteousness as the day of reckoning approaches. Let the just place their faith in the Lord, for he is their sanctuary and their might. And let the wicked seek forgiveness, for the judgment through the Son of Man will be equitable and truthful. Chapter 4. Third Parable, the Reign of God, the Re-establishment of Justice, and the Demise of the Wicked. I, Enoch, was granted this third parable by the Lord of Spirits. Within it, I beheld the future realm of God, where justice would reign eternally, and witnessed the ultimate doom of the wicked, expelled from existence. This is what I perceived in my visions. Once more, I observed the Son of Man enthroned in splendor, encircled by radiance and flames. The heavens brimmed with angels in his service, and his presence imbued creation with peace and fairness. I watched as the Son of Man reached out his hand, and the earth was rejuvenated. The virtuous basked in his radiance, and all corruption was healed. The entire world was suffused with justice, leaving no room for malevolence. I witnessed the Son of Man pass judgment on monarchs and the mighty who had subjugated the virtuous. They were summoned before his throne, and the celestial records were unveiled. Every deed they had committed was documented, offering them no escape. They bowed before him, driven not by respect, but by dread. They pleaded for clemency, yet the Son of Man declared, "You were aware of the truth, yet you opted for malevolence. Now you shall endure the torment you devised for yourselves." Subsequently, they were expelled and consigned to the eternal abyss, where the flames are unquenchable and respite is non-existent. Following this vision, I witnessed the Lord of Spirits rejuvenating the earth. The landscape was lush with verdant mountains and valleys, rivers ran clear, and trees were laden with plentiful fruit. All the ravages wrought by sin were healed, returning to their pristine condition. I observed the righteous taking possession of the earth, dwelling in serenity, devoid of fear or anguish. Their brilliance radiated like sunlight, and the Lord's splendor surrounded them. The Son of Man mingled among them, his presence spreading delight across the globe. The accompanying angels informed me, "This is the future the Most High has crafted for the virtuous. In this place, death and suffering will vanish, as all will be flawless before the Lord." Elsewhere, I witnessed the judgment of the fallen watchers, presented before the Son of Man. Shackled and overwhelmed by dread, they faced their inevitable doom, having sown corruption and defied the Most High. Their judgment was pronounced by the Son of Man. "You were fashioned to maintain righteousness, yet you embraced malevolence. You are now expelled from creation, forever deprived of light." These fallen angels were then hurled into the abyss, destined to languish there eternally. Similarly, their progeny, the spirits of the Nephilim, faced their own eternal condemnation. Subsequently, I beheld the eternal establishment of God's kingdom. The virtuous existed in perfect unity with the Most High, with the Son of Man governing with fairness and insight. His glory permeated the cosmos, and angels extolled, "Holy, holy, holy is the Lord of spirits. His glory saturates creation, and his dominion is everlasting." Every being knelt before the Son of Man, proclaiming his sovereignty. The mysteries of the cosmos were unveiled, eradicating all darkness and malice. Under the governance of the Most High, complete harmony prevailed. The Lord of Spirits conveyed to me, "Enoch, these revelations are made so that they may be known by future generations. Encourage the righteous to remain hopeful, for their time of salvation draws near. However, urge sinners to seek redemption, for the day of reckoning approaches, and none shall evade my judgment. I will rejuvenate my creation, purifying all that has been tainted. The righteous shall gleam like celestial bodies, their happiness everlasting. But the wicked shall vanish, erased from memory forever." With these words, the third parable concluded. I witnessed the triumph of justice over malevolence and the perpetual establishment of God's realm. These accounts are recorded for posterity to affirm that the Most High is equitable and faithful. Let the righteous exult and place their faith in the Lord, whose reign is unending. Yet let sinners seek forgiveness, for the adjudication of the Son of Man will be fair, and none can hide from his presence. Part 3. The Astronomical Book, or the Book of Luminaries. The Book of Luminaries begins as I, Enoch, am escorted by the angels to delve into the heavenly secrets. This part reveals the meticulous movements of the sun, moon, stars, and the annual cycles, all orchestrated by the Most High's decree. These insights not only illustrate the celestial precision, but also highlight the conformity of the cosmos, contrasting with human disobedience. Guided by the angel Uriel, the overseer of the celestial lights, I learned about the solar pathways. Uriel revealed, "This grand luminary illuminates the world and governs the day. It ascends each morning from the eastern gateway, descending at dusk in the west, steadfastly following the Most High's directive." He detailed how the sun traverses through 6 gates over the course of the year. During the peak of summer, it passes through the highest gates. during the depths of winter through the lowest, dividing the year into 364 days. The sun executes its yearly journey with unwavering accuracy, each season set firmly in its time, established by the Lord since creation's dawn. As Uriel illustrated to Enoch, the sun adheres to a meticulous trajectory that delineates the seasons. In spring, day and night balance equally. In summer, days lengthen. In autumn, balance restores. And in winter, nights prevail. Each season is crafted with precision to support the overarching purpose of creation. Uriel explained to Enoch that the sun not only dictates the passage of time, but also sustains all life on earth. Without its warmth and radiance, no life could flourish, a perpetual testament to the Most High's magnificence. Continuing the celestial tour, Uriel guided me to explore the moon's dynamics. He explained, "Unlike the sun, the moon charts a distinct path, completing its cycle in either 29 or 30 days, depending on the month. Its luminance grows and diminishes as ordained by the Most High. I observed the moon's brightness increase until full midway through the month. Then it gradually waned to darkness, marking the completion of its phase." Uriel noted, "The moon, though it shines not by its own light but reflects the sun's, works in concert with the sun to illuminate the earth, delineating time and seasons. Beyond marking months, the moon influences earthly tides and life cycles. In this way, the moon complements the sun, providing nocturnal light and maintaining equilibrium in the natural order." Yet, Uriel cautioned Enoch that in future times, humanity would distort the celestial rhythms of the sun and moon, veering away from the divine timetable set by God. Then Uriel guided me to observe the stars, imparting, "Each star is named and purposed by the Lord of Spirits. They adhere to their appointed paths, none straying except those who defied and were thrust into the abyss." I watched as the constellations circled their orbits, delineating the seasons and years. Uriel continued, "These stars reflect the magnificence of the Most High. Their compliance serves as a model for mankind. Yet humans, in their folly, have disregarded God and tainted His creation. Among these stars, some rebelled against the Most High, forsaking their assigned paths. Such defiant stars have been judged and exiled to the abyss, alongside the fallen angels, bound until the final judgment. This revolt among the stars serves as a stark reminder of the repercussions of disobedience. Uriel then elucidated how the year is segmented into seasons, with changes marked by the movements of the sun, the moon, and the stars. He explained, "The year comprises 364 days, segmented into 4 distinct seasons, each of specific length, ordained by the Most High, so that humanity might coexist in synchrony with creation." In the vision shown to Enoch, the celestial bodies not only fulfill practical roles, but also symbolize divine retribution. On Judgment Day, the sun, the moon, and the stars will bear witness against the transgressors, demonstrating their obedience to the Most High, in contrast to human defiance. The Lord of Spirits then addressed me, saying, "Enoch, document these revelations and impart them to future generations. Let humanity learn from the celestial bodies to heed my commands, for they observe my decrees unwaveringly. While humans have wandered from the path, I was forewarned that in the final days many would distort the knowledge of the sun, the moon, and the stars. They would manipulate the times and seasons, turning away from the truth. However, the virtuous shall remain resolute. They will be illuminated by the Lord's light and will not succumb to the deceit of the malevolent." This concludes the Book of Luminaries, imparted to Enoch to enlighten future generations about the cosmic order's obedience and the significance of righteousness. The orderly movements of the sun, the moon, and the stars stand as enduring evidence of the Most High's majesty and governance, serving as a caution to those who defy his commands. Blessed be the Lord of spirits, who crafted the heavens and earth with wisdom and precision. May humanity learn from these celestial guides and exalt his name eternally. Part 4. The Astronomical Book, or Book of Luminaries. Here, Enoch shares two profound visions granted to him. The first foretells a cataclysmic flood destined to cleanse earth due to human corruption. The second employs animals as symbols to chart human history from Adam until the final judgment. The first vision, the flood. While at home resting, I, Enoch, experienced a vision wherein the heavens collapsed and descended upon earth. I witnessed earth being engulfed by waters, obliterating everything in its path. The sight filled me with dread, prompting me to cry out to the Lord of Spirits, "O Lord, what have I witnessed? Will all of creation be annihilated? What will become of the righteous on that day?" The Most High then reassured me, "Enoch, this vision represents the judgment destined for earth due to humanity's sinfulness. A great deluge will come to cleanse the world. Yet I will safeguard the righteous. Inform your family, for from them I shall choose a man to serve me. He will construct an ark where he and his companions will find refuge." Comforted by these words, I was relieved to know that the righteous would not be overlooked during this impending judgment. The second revelation, the epochs of mankind. Enoch received a further revelation known as the vision of the animals, where he witnessed the entire saga of humankind from Adam until the final judgment. In this allegorical vision, human beings were depicted as various animals and nations, as different groups of creatures. Angels also made appearances, either guiding or adjudicating the actions of these creatures. Enoch described seeing a white bull rise from the earth. This bull symbolized Adam, the progenitor of humanity. Following Adam, another white bull appeared, representing his son Seth. Successive generations of bulls followed, all depicted as white, symbolizing the initial virtuous men who adhered to the divine laws. Enoch observed that some of these bulls began intermingling with different animals, leading to the birth of unusual beings. This mingling represented the moral decay and proliferation of sin across the globe. In the vision, angels watched with dismay as humanity deviated from the path of virtue. Enoch then described a divine command given to an angel to construct an ark to shield the virtuous bulls from annihilation. He witnessed the waters engulf the world, obliterating all outside of the ark. Post-deluge, a new white bull emerged from the ark, signifying Noah. From him sprang 3 calves, symbolizing his sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, who fathered new lineages. Enoch saw humanity attempt to construct a modest tower to reach the heavens, an endeavor thwarted by the divine, scattering the creatures worldwide. This event symbolized the Tower of Babel and the dispersion of peoples. He noted divine messengers sent to shepherd the white bulls, safeguarding the just and steering them towards righteousness. Enoch also saw the emergence of a powerful, glorious ram, a virtuous leader ordained by the divine to shepherd the wayward. This ram would unite the righteous and lead them to a sanctified realm, while the malevolent, depicted as wolves and other predators, would face destruction. In the concluding segment of the vision, Enoch witnessed the establishment of the divine kingdom on earth. The white sheep, symbols of the virtuous, dwelled in harmony while the wolves and other malevolent creatures were eradicated permanently. Enoch beheld the earth's renewal, a world purged of all evil. The divine presence lived among humanity, infusing creation with celestial light. The virtuous reveled in everlasting bliss, whereas the memories of the wicked faded into obscurity. Enoch recorded these revelations to ensure that future generations understood the fairness and truth of the supreme judgment. These revelations were imparted to Enoch both as a caution to the wicked and as encouragement for the righteous. The supreme ruler will adjudicate all of creation, the virtuous will receive their due recognition, and the wicked will face obliteration. Let humanity heed this message and pursue a life of righteousness as the day of reckoning approaches swiftly. Thus ends Enoch's visions about the deluge and the epochs of humankind, which illuminate divine judgment, deliverance, and the assurance of an everlasting realm of justice. Part 5. The Admonitions and Promises of Enoch. I, Enoch, pen these words both as a caution to the sinful and as encouragement for the just. These revelations were bestowed upon me by the Lord of Spirits, who unveiled the fates of all people, both virtuous and malevolent. My descendants, heed my counsel and treasure these words in your hearts, for they are truthful and everlasting. To my offspring and the generations to come, live virtuously and uphold the truth. Shun the ways of the sinful, and do not deviate from the decrees of the Most High. Be aware that the Lord of Spirits observes everything, and nothing remains concealed from him. To the generations of the future, be mindful that times of hardship will arise, but so will the judgment of the Most High. In those times, the sinful might believe they can evade punishment, but the Lord of Spirits will remember their actions. He will observe their mistreatment of the just, their shedding of innocent blood, and their defilement of the earth. The sinful will be consigned to a realm of perpetual darkness. There they will find neither solace nor respite, and their existence will be expunged from memory. Conversely, the just will dwell in serenity, shielded by the Most High during days of hardship. Regarding the destiny of the sinful, I observed how the sinful thrived in this life, amassing riches and influence. They presumed their status would shield them, yet I witnessed their possessions stripped away. I saw them facing their ruin, helpless and unaided. I watched as the sinful were led to the abyss, where flames eternally rage and suffering never ceases. They pleaded for mercy to no avail, for they had defied the Lord of Spirits and tainted his creation. Be certain that the Lord will recall the actions of the wicked. He will judge everyone based on their deeds, and no excuse will suffice for those who have chosen the path of wrongdoing, the blessing of the righteous. Yet I also beheld the destiny of the righteous, and my spirit rejoiced. I saw them escorted by angels to a realm of serenity and brilliance, where there was neither anguish nor sorrow, only unending bliss in the divine presence. The righteous radiated like stars, their brilliance casting light on all around them. I witnessed the Lord of Spirits moving among them, his majesty infusing them with happiness. They were heirs to the restored earth, a place free from death and decay. I share this with you, my children, so you may remain steadfast during challenging times. Though the wicked may flourish temporarily, their time is fleeting, and your recompense in the divine kingdom is secure. The Epochs of Enoch. The Lord of Spirits granted me a vision of human history segmented into 10 epochs. Here is what I observed. In the initial epoch, I saw the creation of the heavens and the earth, and the emergence of Adam, the first human. In the subsequent epoch, I observed the proliferation of sin among humanity and the arrival of the flood that cleansed the earth. In the third epoch, I beheld Abraham and his descendants, selected by the divine to be a consecrated people. In the fourth epoch, I witnessed the divine imparting his laws to Moses, guiding humanity towards righteousness. The fifth epoch revealed the kings and prophets appointed to lead Israel. In the sixth epoch, I noted the degradation of God's chosen and their dispersion among nations. The seventh epoch presented the Messiah, the Redeemer, who brought salvation to the just and shattered the chains of sin. In the eighth epoch, righteousness thrived on earth, and the just claimed their inheritance in the divine kingdom. The ninth epoch depicted the condemnation of the wicked and the obliteration of all malevolence. In the final epoch, I saw a new heaven and a new earth, where the just dwelled in perpetual peace, and the Lord of Spirits governed all creation. These epochs testify to the justice of the divine and his intentions for mankind. Rest assured, all that has been promised will come to pass, the joy of the just and the despair of the wicked. In my visions, I heard the righteous extolling the divine, proclaiming, "Praised be the Lord of Spirits, who has granted us everlasting life and rescued us from malevolence. His judgments are righteous, and his compassion endures forever." Yet I also heard the lamentations of the wicked, crying, "Why did we disregard the warnings? Why did we follow our own desires? Now we dwell in darkness, and hope eludes us." My brethren, I pen these words so that you and future generations may recognize the righteousness and truth of the Lord of Spirits. Abide by his ways, and you will find tranquility in the eternal kingdom. However, if you deviate from his commandments, your fate will be the abyss. Be aware that the judgment of the divine is near. The just will shine like stars, while the wicked will vanish from memory. Let these words serve as both admonition and solace, for the Lord of Spirits reigns supreme over all creation, and his kingdom is everlasting. Part 6. The final chapters. Enoch's concluding revelations and departure. I, Enoch, witnessed my son Methuselah approach me, deeply troubled, and he spoke, "Father, a son has been born to my son Lamech, yet this child is unlike any other. His skin is as white as snow and as red as a rose petal. His hair is as white as wool, and his eyes gleam like sunlight. When he opens his eyes, the whole house lights up as though it were day. Father, this child seems more than human. He seems born of the angels of heaven. What does this signify? How should we proceed?" Upon hearing this, my heart was struck with awe, for I realized the birth of this child heralded significant events to come. I then sought guidance through prayer from the Lord of Spirits, seeking clarity on this marvel. The Lord revealed to me, "This child, named Noah, will be the righteous one who shall deliver humanity from impending doom. I have resolved to cleanse the earth with a vast flood to eradicate its corruption, but through Noah and his lineage, the earth will be rejuvenated. He and the righteous will be spared, while the wicked shall perish." With this divine insight, I returned to Methuselah and declared, "This child is extraordinary, for the Lord of Spirits has selected him for a monumental task. Guard him diligently, for he is destined to be the deliverer of future generations." In my final visions, I beheld the destiny of the sinful, and my heart was heavy with grief. I observed the wicked being cast into a realm of perpetual darkness, where flames raged ceaselessly. There was no solace or reprieve, only mourning and anguish. They lamented, "Why did we ignore the admonitions? Why did we indulge our whims and defy the Most High?" Then the Lord of Spirits instructed me, "Enoch, record these revelations as a caution to those yet to come. Let it be known that there is no refuge for the defiant. Neither their wealth nor their might will shield them from my decree. They will be obliterated, their existence erased from memory." This solemn charge I now impart to future generations, underscoring the dire consequences of rebellion and the immutable judgment of the Lord of Spirits. I also witnessed the judgment of the fallen angels and their progeny, the Nephilim, who were doomed to the abyss. They were shackled and cast into the eternal flames, where they are to remain forever. This is the destiny awaiting all who defy the Lord of Spirits. Let this account be a reminder to all to pursue righteousness and shun the path of the sinful. In stark contrast, I was granted a vision of the righteous fate, which filled my heart with immense joy. I saw them brought to a realm of radiance and serenity, where they existed in the divine presence. In this place, there was no anguish or sorrow, only unending bliss. The righteous gleamed like celestial bodies, their light illuminating the entirety of creation. The Most High moved among them, and His splendor permeated this holy place. They received their eternal reward and lived in perfect unity with God. Then the Lord spoke to me, "Enoch, inscribe these blessings for the righteous, so they may understand that their faithfulness is not futile. Though they endure hardships in this life, their ultimate reward in the eternal kingdom will be vast. I am their sanctuary and their strength. I will never forsake them." After these revelations, I sensed my earthly journey was drawing to a close. I gathered my descendants and imparted to them these divine words. "My children, cherish these teachings that the Lord of Spirits has bestowed upon me. Hold them dear and pass them on to your progeny. Live in truth and righteousness. Avoid the ways of the wicked, and you shall find tranquility in the kingdom of the Most High." Then the Lord of Spirits summoned me, and angels escorted me to heaven. As I ascended, the earth diminished below, and I was brought into the eternal abode of the Most High. There I joined the assembly of the righteous, and my soul found peace. These are the teachings of Enoch, inscribed for posterity. Let all humanity recognize that the Lord of Spirits is just and true. His decrees are everlasting, and none can evade His judgment. Follow His paths, and you will secure eternal life. However, should you oppose Him, your fate will be the abyss. Concluding the Book of Enoch. Here concludes the narrative of the virtuous Enoch, who ascended to heaven to behold the secrets of the Almighty. His declarations serve as a witness for all of humanity, offering caution to the sinful and hope to the just. Let everyone listen and adhere to these teachings, for the judgment rendered by the Lord of Spirits is fair and accurate. The Book of Enoch is categorized as an apocryphal text, which means it does not appear in the standard scriptures of many religious traditions, such as the Christian Bible. The term apocryphal is derived from the Greek, suggesting something that is concealed or esoteric. This designation does not imply that the contents are misleading or lacking in value, but rather that its credibility and status as Holy Scripture have been contested. Nonetheless, the Book of Enoch has significantly shaped religious writings and deepened the understanding of concepts like the fallen angels, the ultimate judgment, and the destiny of both the virtuous and the malevolent. It remains a compelling and enigmatic text that provides a distinct insight into the spiritual and theological reflections of its era. Thank you for joining us on this intriguing exploration of the Book of Enoch. If you found this content engaging, please remember to comment and share it with others who might appreciate it. Subscribe to our channel for additional content of this nature, and activate the notification bell to stay updated. Now, 2 more videos await your attention on the screen. Feel free to click on either to continue your discovery with us. May God bless you. Amen.